A good day to all my subscribers and active Nigerian citizens. Thank you for joining me once again. This is Naija Unfiltered with Charlie. Yes, here we talk about politics as it affects the lives of Nigerians on a daily basis. A Merry Christmas to you and your loved ones in this season. I would say Christmas came early. Yes, it did. And thanks to the likes of Donald J. Trump, the President of the United States, that made this happen. Quickly, let's dive. We have a lot to discuss today, but we'll be looking at the Sunday Jackson incident, and then finally we would cap it up with Dele Farotimi's rage. Yes, I would have to call it that. Quickly, let's go and see how this plays out. Breaking news: Adamawa State Governor Amadu Fintiri on the 23rd of December 2025 granted a state pardon to Sunday Jackson, a farmer who has spent over 11 years on death row after being convicted for killing a herdsman during an attack on his farm. The pardon was granted under the governor's constitutional prerogative of mercy as part of the Christmas and New Year clemency exercise. The pardon of Sunday Jackson brings to an end a long-running campaign by human activist groups, religious bodies, civil society organizations who have argued that he acted in self-defense. Yes, Sunday Jackson is free and he is going to celebrate the Christmas with his family. A lot of emotions will be running high because 11 years in prison is not a child's play for barely doing what you ought to do to protect yourself. It was either him or Ardo that was going to die that day, and he chose to protect himself. So I would say justice came late, but I think the fact that it was not denied, that's the most important thing. It might be delayed, but it was not denied. That's what matters to me at this point in time. And thanks to the US government for doubling down on Nigeria and ensuring that justice prevails. Because if not for the likes of Donald J. Trump and then Riley Moore, we wouldn't have seen this happen. In fact, I would have to say it as plain as it is. The religious bodies in Nigeria did not even put this much pressure. Khan did not put this much pressure. I don't want to make it about religion. I want to make it about self-defense because it could be anybody. These guys also go to Muslim people's farm and go and eat up. I know it's a community in Katsina State right now that I can give you assurance that they are told not to rear animals, that the bandits will be doing the rearing of animals. They will just farm. It is that bad. So these guys can come into your farm, whether you're a Muslim or you're a Christian, and they'll cause mayhem. I know a friend that invested over 600,000 naira as far back as 2020, and he could not harvest a single grain. So this is not about the religion, it's about self-defense. These guys have been causing mayhem for so long. I can keep calling on and on. There's a guy nicknamed Obama in Abuja. He's a local farmer. He went to his farm in Kwali, and that was where he was killed, just because he was trying to defend himself when the Fulanis came, and they killed him. So the list is on and on and on. But I want to say big ups to Amadu Fintiri. He chose the right, this 11 years. Do you know how many governors that have moved and did not bat an eye? Okay, let's see what the US government is saying about this. Because you know they had them. They're one of the they are very, very happy about this. And this is coming from Riley Moore. Yes, you know Riley Moore. He came down to Nigeria a couple of weeks ago, and he was the one in charge of the whole parade by Donald Trump. This is what he had to say on his X handle. Sunday Jackson is free after more than a decade in prison, serving a death sentence for defending himself. Sunday Jackson has been pardoned. Sunday is a Christian farmer who, like countless of other Christians in Nigeria, were brutally attacked by Islamic radicals. Sunday fought back in self-defense, killing his attacker. I have been advocating for Sunday's release both in public and in private meetings, including during my recent congressional delegation visit to Nigeria. Like I said, there is much more to do, but I continue to see positive steps that my concern and the concern of President Donald Trump are being taken seriously by the Nigerian government. I want to thank President Tinubu for his administration and that and that and that and that. And finally, he capped it up with saying, our Lord came to set the captives free, and now Sunday will be able to celebrate Christmas with his family. Thanks be to God. That is coming from Riley Moore, Congressman Riley Moore. I would have to say this. This is one of the best news one can wake up with. One can wake up to rather. This guy has suffered, and I have to, man. I think the US have done a lot in this whole fight, because before now we've seen lackadaisical behaviors from the presidency, from the government, the judiciary, that went on to do this whole share of shape. This is clearly a self-defense case. Let's not even look at it. If it was an armed robber that came to attack someone and one is able to uh, 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 defeat and kill the armed robber, would you say the person must go to prison? It's insane. There's a place where self-defense, you would clearly see that this is self-defense. This man is clearly on his piece of land farming, and you came uninvited. It is just so sad. But I think, like I keep saying, I did not see much from the church. Yes, institutions that are supposed to uphold the law in a way. Religious bodies are the law in a way, but they are not doing at the ought, and that is why even the likes of Dele Farotimi is hitting hard on them right now. Let's quickly watch what Dele Farotimi had to say about the church.
You, the Christian leaders, quote and unquote, in the comfort of your mega churches, knowing the truth, what have you said? What have you said? God don't catch all of una now. You can't go and be doing your multiple preaching assignments up and down the place in America where you earn fat or honorarium, pretending to be Christians, playing performative Christianity in front of audiences and lying to them before David will be Saul. Nonsense. And you know it, all of you. If you are not busy drinking tea with God, you are busy lying to people, telling them to be fasting and praying, where you should speak forthrightly in condemnation of evil. You are silent. You sold Nigeria. Look all around you. Look all around you. Which one of our national institutions have you heard speaking or acting against the overwhelming madness that has overtaken Nigeria? And let me speak. When you talk about institutions, there are multiple institutions that undergird a state. There's the religious institutions. Yep. Whatever religion, every religion begins or proceeds from a point of morality. That morality at some point forms the basis of the norms of that society. And those are what becomes eventually codified as laws to some extent. What are the religious authorities in Nigeria? What are they doing? They sold Nigeria. The religious authorities in Nigeria sold Nigeria. The church in Nigeria sold Nigeria. Your silence in the face of evil, your rationalization of evil, your continuing explanation of evil, telling the people to fast and pray in the face of evil that you know are being perpetrated by men, renders you complicit in the sale of Nigeria to evil.
Oh, that were some kind of words that, yes, whether we like it or not, no matter how harsh that seems, there's no truer words have been spoken. We've heard clergymen, men that are supposed to uphold. In fact, some of them said they had tea with God. I don't have a problem with that. That's fine. I was not there. One said, Saul, when the current administration came in, he started preaching that when Saul was this and that, trying to, make us feel as if we don't know what we are doing. Very good. And the person that drank tea initially, in the last, during the PDP era, he came out for something less than this and protested. But all of a sudden, they can't find their voice anymore. It is so sad. And the truth is, this has made a lot of youths, my age bracket, stop going to church. That's the truth. We've never had it this much. I know if you come out on a Sunday, you would come to the street and you will see the number of people they don't send anybody again. That was not the case before. But it is when we keep looking at things, I'm like, are we? What is happening here? We ask ourselves the hard question. Our parents' age did not ask such certain questions. They just followed blindly. The youth of nowadays, or what they call themselves, the Gen Zs and the youth of nowadays, they will ask you 1,000 questions. And if you're not giving them the answer, they will leave you. Now, and that's where the church is having it wrong. Before now, people used to respect the men of God. Do you know how bad it is? Adeboye can no longer make a post on Twitter. If you see his post on X, either posting about open heaven, or if there's a what they call there's a church program that is about to come up, and he makes a post. If there are 1,000 comments under that post, 990 are insults. It is that bad. For someone that was so reverend in Nigeria to come to that level, let you know the way that the people no longer have regard or respect for them because of they've been seen frolicking with the political class and against the people that you are supposed to fight for. Mind you, these people come to you for succor. The church used to be a place where you could go and you cry to God, but people no longer go there to cry to God. People just feel like, man, leave these pastors, man. I'd rather be in my own apartment. It is that bad. Keep frolicking with the politicians, and at the end of the day, the nation has gotten to where it has gotten to. There is no more. That's why you see the boys on the street do a lot of rubbish. No more moral codes, because if the top people that we used to respect frolic with evil people, why would you now down there want to do the needful? I think that's where we'll be drawing the curtain for this production. I am Charlie, and this is Naija Unfiltered. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you again next time. Thank you, and a Merry Christmas to you and your family, and a prosperous New Year ahead. Thank you.